everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Life After England at AS Roma. Today we take on Union Saint-Gilloise in the playoff round of the Europa League knockout stage. After a 1-0 win at home, can we complete the job away? But before we get to the game, we need to talk about the transfer window because there has been some activity towards the end of it. Couple of players out, couple of players in, starting with Melel Salah. He has joined Manchester United for a fee that will eventually rise to £64 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why get rid of a very good goalkeeper? Well, we already replaced him with Cabral, so it made sense to let him go. He didn't want to stay with us, and for a fairly decent price, he's been allowed to move on. As has Devrin Renshi. He has joined Stuttgart for a fee of £4.6 million. Didn't really want to stay. He was like, I'd rather talk to Stuttgart. And I was like, well, if you want to talk to Stuttgart, that's fine by me, mate. There is the front door. And yeah, I mean, he'll be missed in some places, but he hadn't really played for me. Played probably the first couple of games, didn't he? And then, yeah, I thought, nah, you're not that good, are you? 2.5 star. Yeah, easy decision in the end. But it wasn't just outgoings we had at the end of the transfer window. We bought in Patrick Berg from Bodo Glimt for a fee of £11.25 million. Can play as a 6, can play as an 8. Very experienced player, 52 caps for Norway. And yeah, it was a player that was recommended, so I thought, why not take the punt? And we bought in another striker, and that is Santiago Jimenez. He has joined us from AC Milan for a fee of £37 million. Can improve, has got a lot of value to him. He was on the transfer list, decent striker, knows where the back of the net is, and has already proved that for us. As here are the results since we've last been together. So following the absolute calamity that was Hoffenheim, we beat Atalanta by 2-1. Pellegrini and Dybala with the goals. Then we lost late on to Lecce. This is where Jimenez scored his first goal for us, though. As we drew with Bologna, another late goal conceded after Ndike had put us in front. But we did beat Union Saint-Gilloise by an own goal in the first leg of this playoff round. And then we scored an early goal ourselves as we beat Fiorentina by 1-0. Hermoso with the only goal. But we aren't really making progress up the table. I mean, we're pulling away from the bottom 3, but we're on 32 points. And we're not seeing the jump that I was thinking we were going to. Obviously, there was quite a large gap between us and the kind of the mid-table teams when I arrived. So we've definitely steadied the ship. It's all very symmetrical. 8 wins, 8 draws, 8 defeats, 32 goals for, 32 goals conceded, 32 points on the board. So I quite like that. But yeah, I think, if I'm being realistic, Europe is probably out of the question via the league. It is very much in the basket for the Europa League, so we might just concentrate on it, provided we stay in it, of course. Because here is the situation across the ties so far. There are some that are done and dusted. There are some that are very much in the balance. Tottenham lead by 2-0 over Young Boys. Rayo Vallecano lead 2-1 against Ajax. Club Brugge lead by 1-0 against Victoria Pilsen. Same scoreline for Hoffenheim against FC Utrecht. 0-0 between Lille and Celtic. Rangers through probably, leading by 4-0. And the same for AZ Alkmaar over Karabag. But we have a 1-0 lead going to Belgium. Can we convert it? Let's find out. So here are the 2 starting lineups as Union Saint-Gilloise start with Chapin in goal. Sykes, Barry, Van Horsbeck, Bilal, Dinor, Sorgan, Mohammedi, Galderman, David, with Farouche leading the line for them as we start with Capral in goal. Wesley, Mancini, Ndike, Angelo, Berg, Kone, Pellegrini, Dybala, El Shaarawy with De Brock leading the line for us. So 3 players that have been included have been Cabral, Berg and Jimenez of the new signings that have come in. So there are a few that have missed out, unfortunately. You can only make 3 changes at the winter halfway point. They haven't got a coach at the moment, Union Saint-Gilloise. Interesting. Or is that a typo? Probably a typo. Let's see how we get on, though. We did win the first leg by 1-0. It's an own goal. So it was very scrappy. It was very hard fought. Let's see if we can get through to the knockout phase of the Europa League and see what comes down the track. I think the league is probably out of the question, given the gap we've got to make up and the amount of teams that we've got to get past with 14 games to go in the Serie A season. So, yeah, it makes sense to do what Ange Postecoglou did. Get yourself safe and then say, OK, we're going to put everything on the European stuff, which is basically what we've done. Very much. Let's see what we can do. Well, we've got to get through first. After that, so it'll be the round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, then the final. So 4 to go from here. And we will play one of the top 8 as well, which it means we avoid Tottenham. And that's the team I really want to avoid. I don't want to play Tottenham at any point between now and the final. Please, if we can avoid it, because that will very much be heart versus head, and I don't like that. Denor going wide. Is he going to keep it in play? He does keep it in play. Up against Angelino. Goes past him fairly comfortably, but he comes back at him. Ball towards the edge of the box. Can we intercept it? No. Goal shot. Ball over. As I say, I didn't want to lose Salah, but once you have your intentions elsewhere, it is pretty easy to go, all right, we've got another keeper. Let's move him on. And, you know, we got a chunk of change for him. We've spent a little bit of that as well. Still some money in the pot for the summer to continue to mould the team in my image. As the ball is with Dybala. Trying to come down that right-hand side. Can he pick out a teammate? I mean, he's down inside the penalty area. I think it's just outside the box, though. It looked like it was near enough on the line. So it is going to be one of those questions that, is it in or is it out? It's definitely a foul. That's one thing we do know. No penalty. So it is a free kick on the edge of the box. Trying to find Pellegrini round the corner for De Brock. Artem with the ball, looking for Dybala. Can he find a teammate in the centre? He'll keep it alive. Dancing against the left back. Wesley back to Dybala. Drags it across goal and wide, unfortunately. We ideally want an early goal just to kind of settle everybody down. El Shaarawy picking it up. Plays it back into Angelino. Can we find a ball across the penalty area? Might go for a shot himself. Deflected and in from Artem. And that should be the goal that sees us through. Although the offside flag might go up. I mean, it all happened very quickly. And I think the goal is going to be given. And it is. Roma lead by a goal to 0. Don't see the replay. Fantastic. As the ball is with Ferus. Oh, Dybala. Good challenge. Did he leave the ball behind? Dybala dancing feet. At 34, he's still got it. And I love to see it. Ball into Dybala again. Artem's in the middle. Can he find him? He can find Pellegrini. He takes the touch and it's deflected away. And Union Saint-Gilloise hanging on for dear life at the moment. Berg with the ball into Wesley, driving towards the penalty area. No, why would you stop the highlight there? As the ball is with Mancini. In towards Kone. On towards Dybala, building attacks pretty well today, aren't we? Looking for a second goal on the night, and a free kick will be given. Mohamedi with the foul. Now, will we see this free kick? Looks like we will. Are we going to get set up for it? Looks like we will. Ball towards the back stick. Kone's unmarked, and DK heads it towards goal. All he has to do is hit it a little bit harder, and he probably puts that in. Berg takes the ball away. Denor goes down. DK plays it forward to Pellegrini. I like Berg being in the 6th position. He does a very good job of shielding the back four. As the ball is with Dybala. Can he find a teammate? Comes inside, shoots! Oh, it's a little bit closer this time, but no cigar. But we do look like we're going to score every time we come forward, which is very good news for me. Pellegrini with the free kick. Looking for the ball short into Angelino. Drives it towards the penalty area. It's a good goal from Wesley. What's he doing there? I mean, VAR will check it again. Another one that's happened pretty quickly. And the goal has been, disallowed this time. Hand in the air. I don't know. I mean, he points to the centre spot, which he shouldn't do. Blow the whistle, hand in the air first. But he's definitely offside. by a good 5 yards. But it's a cracking finish. And the free kick for Union Saint-Gilloise just after the half hour. Bilal with it. Will he have a shot? No, he'll go short. It's nicely worked. And it's in from Barry. I mean, Cabral should probably do better. Right? I mean, it does go for a crowd of players. Oh, for goodness sake. All the things are not working as they should. Will that give Union Saint-Gilloise confidence? Obviously, no away goals in Europe anymore. For those that don't know, and for those that need reminding. So at the moment we're through, obviously, because we're leading. If Union Saint-Gilloise get another one, we go to extra time. As the ball is with David. He tries to find a ball low. It's off the post, is it? Yes, it is. And we survive. Can we get to half-time level? Considering we've dominated the first 40 minutes, I'm a little bit surprised. We should probably be out of sight by now. Bilal with the ball into the area again, and good header away. Pablo Dybala, I think. No, Dybala wasn't the man that headed it away. It looked like Ndike in the penalty area, but there is the ball in the back of the net. And that is 2-1 Union Saint-Gilloise. Galderman with the goal. And the ball into the penalty area. And he beats Wesley to that, is it? I think it is, you know. Complete turnaround, though. Not so comfortable at half-time now as I thought we might be. Which is a pity. We dominated the game for large parts of it. And now things are very much in the balance again. El Shaarawy. On towards Pellegrini. In towards Angelino. El Shaarawy again looking for a ball for Dybala straight at the keeper, and half time comes. And the home crowd will be delighted. Their side have turned it around. But they've still got some work to do. As we focus on the second half. Time for everyone to dig deep. Pellegrini into Angelino. El Shaarawy loses out. David trying to break away by the looks of it, but he was nowhere near the ball, so no, he wasn't. Angelino with the ball into the penalty area, looking for Dybala at the far post. Kone will pick it up. Will he get a shot away? He will. Drives it towards goal, saved by the goalkeeper. And a bright start to the second half from us. As we look to assert ourselves again. Hasn't had the greatest of games. Ball into the box. Can he find a teammate? No, he can't. El Shaarawy on the edge of the box, though. Coming back inside the penalty area. Drives it towards goal. Tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. As the ball is with Angelino. El Shaarawy into Angelino again. No Soul at the moment, incidentally. Picked up an injury out for up to 6 weeks. So he is definitely missing. And not an option from the bench. As Kone has got the ball. I would have put that down the side. El Shaarawy heads it across goal. Artem tries to stab it towards goal. And it's a corner. As it's nicely poised coming up to the hammer. Pellegrini still hasn't improved, so he might be the first man to come off the field tonight. 6.25. We're going to send on Crisanti in his place. Berg's not having a great game either. Artem's got a goal but hasn't really been involved, has he? So we're going to take off Wesley at this point, and we're going to bring on Silek. We have got Jimenez to come from the bench should we need him, and we're probably going to need him at some point, you would think. 15 minutes to play. Right, let's make another change, shall we? It's going to be one of the midfield players to come off. We're going to take off Berg. We are going to bring on Jimenez at this point and change the shape. So put you in there. Is that a little bit too gun-ho? Possibly. So if we put Dybala over, that shores that up a little bit more. Did we take off El Shaarawy at this point? No, because he's having a decent game. So let's do that. Let's try and cause a few problems. Make them think. As the ball is inside the penalty area. Will he get a shot away? He's allowed to. Why did you let him get the shot away? Honestly. But it is going to look like it's going to take more than 90 minutes to do it. Unless El Shaarawy finds Angelino. Ball towards the back stick. Headed away. Silek will pick it up. All on his own down that right hand side now. Kone. Silek again. Kone trying to pick it up inside the penalty area. Plenty of players inside the penalty area. And an own goal. Second one of this tie. And it's the one that could possibly send us through. But it is well worked. Silek back into Kone, and he just drives it across the box. I mean, if he doesn't put it in, probably the man behind him, Jimenez, does. But we'll take it. Back in front. 3-2 on aggregate. And now we're going to flood the midfield. That is the plan. El Shaarawy going to come off. And we're going to bring on... Morita is going to come on. And you're going to go there. Hovenbeck with the ball. The man whose own goal is the one that puts us in front again. On to Sykes. Thinking with the back three, with a two-striker and Dybala behind him, then it does make more sense, doesn't it? Just occupies them as they throw the dice again. No, the ball is deep inside their half and we've still got it. Jimenez in towards Kone. Have a shot, son. Might as well. I mean, there was plenty of space to have a go. So there's no wide players now to really look at. So we'll just keep the ball. That's what you need to do at this point. As Artem and Jimenez work together. Ball's in the net. Offside flag goes up. I reckon we're going to have 5 minutes. No, 4 minutes is what we're going to have. And hopefully it's going to be a quick 4 minutes. As it does look like it is going to be. Last chance, Saloon, and DK coming down the field. Breaking out from his defensive position. Finds Dybala. Ball across the penalty area. Pablo should have been. Looked up. There was 2 bodies there. Didn't use either of them. Silek on the other side. Plays it into Kone. On towards Grisanti. He drives the shot towards goal. Lob shots are not a thing, folks. But there are no Union Saint-Gilloise players forward. They're all back behind the ball. Looking for the counter-attack, which is surprising. I thought they would have been trying to put some pressure on. Plays it over the top, but it's a long ball and it's a poor ball in behind. And we will deal with that pretty comfortably. Kone. In towards Jimenez. Onto Dybala. Just keep the ball now. That's the best thing we can do at this point. Just knock it around. It's not been comfortable, but the job is going to be done. And then we will see in a few minutes' time who we are going to take on in the next round. Where will we need our passports for? Let's find out, shall we? Angelino with the ball into the final 10 seconds of the contest. It is over as a contest. Oh, unless the referee, he might blow the whistle. He does blow the whistle with the ball in the centre circle. 2-2 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. The goal in Rome is the difference, but we had a helping hand tonight as well. To be fair, I think we probably would have scored anyway before the 90 minutes was up. But yeah, helping hands and gifts are always greatly received. As here are the rest of the results from the playoff round second leg, as AZ Alkmaar through by 4-2, 1-1 on the night. Club Brugge 5-1 on aggregate. They beat Victoria Pilsen. Hoffenheim through after beating Utrecht 1-0 on the night, 2-0 aggregate. Lille through, Celtic out of Europe. Olivier Giroud with the winning goal in the 91st minute. 0-0 between Rayo Vallecano and Ajax, so Ajax are out. Just the one goal for St. Pally against Rangers. It was all done in the first leg. That one 6-3 the score. 2 own goals as Tottenham win 4-3 on the night. And there is our result against Union Saint-Gilloise. 2-2 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. Roma safely through. Just about. So all the teams that won in the knockout playoff round are at home in the first leg, as Real Sociedad will take on Club Brugge. Aston Villa will take on Rangers. Sporting Lisbon will take on Hoffenheim. Brest will take on Lille in an all-French tie. Lazio take on Rayo Vallecano. Villarreal take on Tottenham. Benfica for us, as AZ Alkmaar and Fenerbahce collide as well. So, we will do what we did last time again this time. So we'll take on Regina, we'll take on Napoli in the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. Vicenza, that first leg with Benfica, and see where we are. And then we'll take on Udinese before we make the trip to Benfica to take them on. Failing that, we will probably come back for the away trip to Sassuolo. But yeah, hopefully we will have another juicy tie for you in Europe as we take on Benfica. Not the tie I wanted. There were much easier ones to be had. But once you get to the knockout stages of Europe, you generally find that they don't get much easier. So, Union Saint-Gilloise dispatched, Benfica next. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.